Organized crime is a huge evil that still cannot be eradicated throughout the world. Hundreds of diverse groups continue to do their dirty deeds, robbing, killing, raping and committing financial fraud. Many of these gangs have existed for decades, and during this time they have formed a special criminal subculture and traditions that the gangster strictly follows. An important place among such traditions is occupied by initiation rites, ritual tests that a newcomer must pass in order to be considered a full member of the gang. Believe me, sometimes these rituals amaze with their senseless cruelty, and sometimes they cause disgust and misunderstanding. Today we will talk about the most terrifying, unusual and disgusting initiation rites in criminal gangs. Mara Salvatrucha murder and ritual beating. Mara Salvatrucha or MS-13 is a large criminal group consisting primarily of natives of El Salvador. This gang specializes in drug trafficking, contract killings, and racketeering. Mara Salvatrucha is known for her particular cruelty. As an application to join the gang, a newcomer must kill a member of a rival gang. If this has sufficiently impressed the experienced gang members, the newcomer is allowed to advance to the next stage. Initiation is as simple as it is cruel and dangerous. One of the bandits slowly counts from 1 to 13, and the rest unanimously and without any pity beat the newcomer. The task is simply to survive. Templar cartel, human sacrifice. A much more terrible ritual was prepared for their recruits by drug dealers from the Mexican Templar cartel. According to numerous rumors, this group controls the black market for human organs and often kidnaps people whose fate is beyond envy. So, some sources report that as an initiation, a beginner must eat the heart of a child. In this way he will supposedly prove his loyalty to the cartel's cause. In this ritual, the Templars imitate the bloody ritual of the ancient Aztecs. However, it all sounds so frightening and surreal that many are inclined to believe that this cruel ritual is just another urban legend. Numbers are a trick question. Numbers Hans or Numbers are a prison gang from South Africa. Newcomers who wish to join must not only be willing to kill for the gang, but also understand its twisted philosophy. If a new prisoner wishes to join the ranks of Numbers, he is asked an unusual question. Something like what you would do if we were standing in the rain, and you had an umbrella and I didn't. If a newcomer says that he would share a place under an umbrella with a friend, then not only will he not be accepted into the gang, but he may even be raped. If the newcomer answers that he will throw away his umbrella and stand nearby in the rain, then he is allowed to take the next test. Kill a prisoner or a guard with a shiv, so what is the point of all these umbrella riddles? If the newcomer answers correctly, he thereby confirms his willingness to give up various blessings of life and share the hard life of a gangster with his cellmates. Anyone who believes in sharing an umbrella is considered too soft-hearted and unsuited to a life of crime. Hell's Angels are a disgusting ordeal. The Hells Angels are a motorcycle club, a criminal group, and it can only be called a stretch. However, law enforcement agencies in many countries accuse them of drug trafficking, racketeering and robbery. I think not without reason. In addition, the Hells Angels have appeared many times in showdowns with other motorcycle clubs, sometimes with wounded and killed. So, to become a member of this motorcycle fraternity, a newcomer must buy new jeans and a leather jacket with the gang symbols. Then he is seated in a chair and they begin to pour urine and feces on him. When the newcomer is thoroughly soaked, he is released on his own. The task is to walk like this without washing or changing clothes for the rest of the day. For the sake of the gang, you have to be willing to get dirty. This is the unofficial meaning of this disgusting ceremony. Triads, a cup of blood. For the groups that control the underworld of the Celestial Empire from the famous Chinese triads, rituals and traditions are the Holy of Holies, including initiation rites. And one of the tests that a beginner must go through is the blood drinking ceremony. In the old days, you had to drink your own blood mixed with the blood of other members of the triad. However, now, in the era of AIDS and other diseases, even mafiosi are worried about their health, so during initiation the newcomer drinks exclusively his own blood. Which, of course, does not make the ritual any less strange and disgusting. Bunda blood, ritual cut. The Bloods began as a prison gang in America, but over time their influence grew and spread beyond the prison. To join a gang, a newcomer must slash a stranger in the face with a knife, leaving a long and deep cut that requires many stitches. Moreover, the beginner does not know in advance when he will undergo initiation. He must begin to act immediately after receiving a message with the numbers 013. If the case takes place in prison, the task becomes more complicated. The candidate must independently find or make a weapon, a razor blade, a sharpener, or a knife. According to Criminal Chronicles, in the best times of the gang, candidates increased several dozen people a day. Truly, human cruelty knows no bounds. Aryan Brotherhood, murder check. The Oris Brotherhood is a gang that formed in the United States after common prisons were created for white and black criminals. In prisons, the gang deals in contract killings, illegal drug trafficking behind bars, and other shady dealings. The very name of the gang suggests that all its members are white, and profess racist ideas. According to FBI statistics, members of the Aryan Brotherhood commit every third murder in American prisons, while overall they make up a very small percentage of the total number of prisoners. And since the specialization of the murder gang, this is also the initiation rite. The newcomer is not limited in any way in his choice. He can be a prison officer, a member of a rival gang, or just a random prisoner who is unlucky. The main thing is to commit murder.